You can make them dance? Hey guys, Omaha here. Today I'm going to show you all of the enchantment spells in Baldur's Gate 3. So our first cantrip's going to be Friends. Gain advantage on charisma checks against a non-hostile creature. The spell can be cast when near silence. It's going to last 10 turns, it's got a range of 30 feet, and it's a concentration spell. So that means if you get hit after using this spell, there's a chance that the concentration might be broken and the spell's effects will wear off. And in higher difficulty modes, the target might accuse you of enchanting them. So contrary to the name, I wouldn't use this on anybody you want to consider a friend. After the effects wear off, they're going to become more hostile towards you. So plan on using it on somebody you will never see again. So this is going to work on deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion dialogue choices. And you can either cast it beforehand on the enemy, or when the dialogue options pop up. I'll click persuasion, 1 die here. You can add bonus for Friends. It's going to change it to 2 dice, and it's going to use the higher one in the roll. So I got 15 and 11, it's going to use the 15. Now, one thing you can do to bypass the hostility is use Disguise Self before you use this cantrip. Other than that, there are better spells and stuff to use for this type of thing. All right, next up, we have Vicious Mockery. This does 1 to 4 psychic damage, and when you reach level 5, it's going to go up to 2 to 8 psychic damage, and when you hit level 11, it's going to be 3 to 12 psychic damage. So insult a creature, it has disadvantage on its next attack roll. So that's going to cause it to roll 2 dice and use the lower value. So you're going to insult him. He's going to take his damage, and the next turn he's going to be pretty butthurt about it and have a harder time hitting you. Alright, for our first level 1 spell, we have Dissonant Whispers. That's going to do 3 to 18 psychic damage. It's going to frighten a creature for 2 turns. It will be easier to hit and cannot move. So Frighten is where they cannot move. Frightened entities also have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. So on a save, the target's still going to take half damage, and that's going to be a wisdom save. It's got a range of 60 feet. And then upcasting the spell does an additional 1 to 6 psychic damage per level. So 3 to 18, all the way up to 4 to 48 damage. Here, I'm going to cast it on him. And he took 10 damage, and he is now frightened for 2 turns. All right, next up, we have Heroism. Make yourself or a target immune to Frightened, and gain 5 temporary hit points each turn. That's gonna last for 10 turns, and you can only have temporary hit points from 1 source. So it's also a concentration spell, and the range is melee. So I tested it, and you can only have a max of 5 temporary hit points from this spell. If you go a whole turn without taking any hits, you're still only gonna have 5 temporary hit points. And then upcasting Heroism allows you to affect an additional target per level. So at level 1, you do 1 target. Level 6, you can do up to 6 targets. It shows down here in this circle. Alright, so next up we have Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Leave a creature prone with laughter without the ability to get up. That's going to last 10 turns. So prone, they can't move or take actions, bonus actions, or reactions, and they have disadvantage on strength and dexterity saving throws. Attacks against a prone creature have advantage if they're made within 10 feet of the creature. A prone creature must spend half its movement speed to stand up. So the creature has to have an intelligence of 5 or more for this to work, and the target can try to shake off the effect each time it takes damage. It's got a range of 60 feet, it's a wisdom save, and it's a concentration spell. Upcasting the spell doesn't grant any additional benefits. So here's what that looks like. And he's going to be down for 10 turns. So at the end of his turn, or when he takes damage, he can try to shake off the effect with a wisdom save. Alright, next up we have Bane. Up to 3 creatures receive a 1 to 4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. So that's going to make it harder for them to hit you, and it's going to be easier to hit them. That's going to last 10 turns. It's got a range of 30 feet. It's a charisma save, and it's a concentration spell. So it targets up to 3 creatures. When you upcast it to level 6, it'll go up to 8 creatures. So here, I'll use it on 2. Next up is kind of the opposite of that. It's Bless. Bless up to 3 creatures. They gain a 1 to 4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. So whoever you use this on is going to have an easier time hitting, and they're going to be harder to hit. That's going to last 10 turns. It's a range of 30 feet, and it's a concentration spell. So 3 targets at level 1. When you upcast to level 6, it's 8 targets. Use it on myself. Alright, next up we have Command. Command a creature to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop its weapon. It's actually going to give you 5 different actions. All of them are going to last 1 turn, have a range of 60 feet, and they're all wisdom saves. When you upcast the spell, this applies for all 5 actions. It's going to affect an additional target per level. So at level 1 is 1 target, all the way up to level 6, where it's 6 targets. So there's Command Halt. Command a creature to halt, preventing it from moving or taking any type of action. On his turn, he's not going to be able to move, take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. Then there's Drop. Command a creature to drop its weapon on its turn and do nothing else. There, he dropped his weapon, and I can run up and grab his weapon if I wanted to. Then he would have nothing to pick up on his turn. Then there's Grovel. Command a creature to fall prone on its turn. Then we have Flee. Command a creature to flee from you on its turn and do nothing else. End my turn, and he's just going to run away. And then finally there's Approach. Command a creature to move towards you on its turn and do nothing else. Boom, and turn, and he's going to come towards you, and then he's not going to do anything. One thing that's pretty good is if you hit multiple creatures with drop, say like 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, you can have like a rogue or someone that's invisible go around and just pick up all their weapons, and it just makes the fight significantly easier. After that, we have Sleep. Put creatures in a magical slumber. Select targets up to a combined 24 hit points. They're going to fall asleep for 2 turns, so they cannot move or act. Moreover, the creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. So that's removed by taking damage or when they're helped, and it has a range of 60 feet. Upcasting this is going to increase the hit points by 8 every time. So at level 1, you can hit up to 24 hit points. Level 6, you go up to 64 hit points. Cast Sleep on him. And boom, he's asleep. Until I attack him, or until the 2 turns are over, or if he's helped. Next up, we have Charm Person. Charm a humanoid to prevent it from attacking you. You gain advantage on charisma checks and dialogue. Enemies have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. So Charmed is going to last 10 turns. It's going to end early if you or an ally hurts the target, and in higher difficulty modes, the target might accuse you of enchanting them. It's got a range of 60 feet, and it's a wisdom save. Also, upcasting affects an additional target per level. So level 1, 1 target. Level 6, 6 targets. In combat, you're going to use it, and he's going to be charmed. You can end your turn. He's going to come towards you, but he's never going to attack you while this is active. I keep ending my turn. And he's just chilling. And then in dialogue, you can click on Persuasion, any of these really. And you can add the bonus for Charm Person. So that's going to give you advantage, which gives you 2 dice to roll, and it's going to use the higher one. There, I rolled 3 and 15, and it uses the 15. And then next up, we have Animal Friendship, which is literally the beast version of Charm Person. Convince a beast not to attack you. So they're going to be charmed for 10 turns. They can't attack the spellcaster, and the spellcaster has advantage on charisma checks and dialogue. So if you speak with animals, this will help you. The creature must have an intelligence of 3 or less. Condition ends early if you or an ally hurts the target. In higher difficulty modes, the target might become hostile when the spell ends. It's got a range of 60 feet, and it's a wisdom save. And then upcasting affects an additional target per level, from 1 all the way up to 6. All right, next up we have Hex. It does 1 to 6 necrotic damage. So make your attack deal an additional 1 to 6 necrotic damage to the target and give it disadvantage on an ability of your choosing. If the target dies before your spell ends, you can hex a new creature without spending a spell slot. It's got a range of 60 feet. It's a concentration spell, and this is going to use a bonus action instead of an action. So the disadvantage on the ability isn't as good as it sounds. It's not saving throws. It's just the ability rolls itself. So if you use it on Charisma, it's going to lower their chance to counterspell you. If you use it on Wisdom, it's going to lower their Perception to spot party members attempting stealth. Constitution doesn't have any effect really. Dexterity, it's going to lower their initiative if you apply it before combat, and it's going to help you be able to shove them easier. Intelligence, it's going to lower their chance to successfully counterspell you again. And then Strength, it's going to lower the enemy's ability to shove, resist shove, and jump. Usually the best choice. Place it on him. So now when I hit him, takes the 4 necrotic damage plus the 6 damage from my staff. And then if I defeat him in combat, while this is still active, it's going to let me reuse it without using a spell slot. And then upcasting doesn't grant any additional benefits. And for the last of our level 1 spells, we have Compelled Duel. Compel an enemy to attack only you. It cannot attack other creatures. So that's going to last 3 turns. Got a range of 30 feet. It's a wisdom save. It's a concentration spell, and it uses a bonus action instead of an action. And then casting the spell at a higher level doesn't grant any benefits. And now he is forced to attack me for 3 turns. All right, for our first level 2 spell, we have Calm Emotions. Humanoids can't be charmed, frightened, or become enraged. And that's gonna last 10 turns. It's got a range of 60 feet and it's a concentration spell. And then upcasting doesn't grant any additional benefits. So surprisingly, that actually worked on him, even though it says humanoids only, and my other humanoid spells don't work on them. Just to prove I'm not going crazy, this has to be used on a humanoid. Target must be a humanoid. All right, next up, we've got Hold Person. Hold a humanoid enemy still. They can't move, act, or react. Attacks from within 3 meters are always critical hits. That's going to last 10 turns. Got a range of 60 feet, wisdom save, and it's a concentration spell. Upcasting this affects an additional target per level. So at level 6, you're going to hit up to 5 targets. If you can hit up to 4, 5, or 6 targets in a battle, that fight is going to be easy. Here's what it looks like. He is going to be completely... He's just going to be stuck like that for 10 turns. And you can just do whatever you want. Don't be sus with it. And if I attack him, critical hit guaranteed because I'm within 3 meters. He's just going to be stuck like that for 9 more turns. All right, next we have Enthrall. Reduce a creature's peripheral vision and make it look at you. That's going to last 10 turns. And it's got a range of 20 feet. Then upcasting this doesn't grant any additional benefits. So there's what his vision cone looks like normally. If I use Enthrall on him.
Haven't seen that game.
Save failed. That's going to be his cone of vision right there. It's pretty narrow. Good for distracting enemies so the rest of your party can sneak by or do whatever they want. All right, and for our last level 2 spell, we have Crown of Madness. Instill madness in a humanoid enemy, making them attack the creature closest to them other than you, even if it's allied. So this will last 3 turns. It's got a range of 60 feet. It's a wisdom save, and it's a concentration spell. And upcasting doesn't grant any additional benefits. So I'll use it on the goblin boss here. He's now afflicted with that. End my turn. And he just threw a bomb at his teammates. And he's attacking this guy now. So that'll last 3 turns. It's concentration, so if I get hit, there's a chance of breaking the spell. But pretty good spell. And there are no level 3 spells, so we're going to move on to level 4 next. Alright, for our first level 4 spell, we have Dominate Beast. Make a beast fight alongside you. Every time the beast takes damage, it makes a wisdom saving throw against your domination. That's going to last 10 turns, and it's going to follow and fight alongside the caster of this spell. It's got a range of 60 feet, it's a wisdom save, and it's a concentration spell. And then upcasting doesn't grant any additional benefits. So I'll use it on the hyena right there. He's dominated.
Light on my feet.
And he's basically my little pet for 10 turns. And for our other level 4 spell, we have Confusion. Befuddle a group of creatures, causing them to attack at random, wander around aimlessly, and occasionally skip turns in the stupor. This is going to last 3 turns. They're going to become hostile to everyone. It's got a range of 60 feet. It's a wisdom saving throw, and it's a concentration spell. And then upcasting is going to make it a larger area of effect. So that's level 4, that's level 5, and then that's level 6. Move on them. They're all confused. He was saved from the confusion. In my turn. He misses. And the rest of them skip their turns. Alright, starting off for tier 5, we have Dominate Person. Make a humanoid fight alongside you. Every time the creature takes damage, it makes a wisdom saving throw against your domination. Allies cannot be dominated. So that's going to last 10 turns. It's going to follow and fight alongside the caster of this spell. Got a range of 60 feet, it's a wisdom save, and it's a concentration spell. So I'm going to use it on Leonard here. And upcasting doesn't grant any additional benefits. Now he's dominated, and he will follow and fight alongside me for 10 turns.
Have to keep going.
And our other level 5 spell is Hold Monster. Paralyze a creature. It cannot move, act, or react. Attacks from within 3 meters are always critical hits. It's going to last 10 turns. It's got no effect on undead. Range of 60 feet, wisdom save, and concentration spell. Upcasting is going to let you affect an additional target. So it's either 1 or 2 at level 6. Use it on the wargs. It's basically Hold Person, but for creatures. And then for our level 6 spell, we have Otto's Irresistible Dance. Cause a creature to start dancing, making it unable to take actions or move. Its attackers have advantage on attack rolls. The dancer has disadvantage on attack rolls and dexterity saving throws. So this is going to last 10 turns, compelled to shuffle and dance. Got a range of 30 feet. It's a wisdom save, and it's a concentration spell. Here's what that looks like. In my turn. And he does nothing on his turn. Not actually dancing, though, which is kind of disappointing. Well, the skeleton dances, so there's that. Pretty nice moves. And Shadowheart's got some moves. Check that out. Alright, if she can dance, there's no reason Leonard can't. He's just a buzzkill at this point. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and let me know down in the comments how I can improve and what you guys want to see next. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.